people to the hospital quicker. And that's where the helicopters came into play.
Yeah, Pittsburgh, by the way, the first city northeast of the Mississippi to have a medical helicopter. It started in 1978 at Allegheny General Hospital with just one chopper. Now there are dozens in our region.
As Susan Koeppen reports, medical helicopters will be very active over the next few months as we head into what first responders call trauma season.
As days get longer and weather is nicer, more people are outside doing things, and there is a big uptick in accidents and injuries. In our region, there are two major players when it comes to medical helicopters: Allegheny Health Network's Lifeflight and STAT Medevac, which is run by UPMC's Center for Emergency Medicine. We have so many helicopters in our region for two main reasons: geography and the need for speed. On any given day, the skies above Pittsburgh are buzzing with medical helicopters, transporting roughly 13,000 patients a year, like Christine Holt.
The neurosurgeon said my skull was broken like a puzzle piece.
After being kicked in the head by a horse, Christine was flown by Lifeflight from a field in Butler to Allegheny General Hospital. The trip took just 15 minutes.
It definitely saved my life. There was no way I would have made it by ambulance.
And we know where they're going, what they're doing, and if they're airborne, we do have them tracked second by second.
Dr. Matthew Paremba is the medical director of Lifeflight.
Possible scene run.
This control room at AGH is the epicenter of getting their fleet of 5 helicopters to the patients in critical need.
Lifeflight Sandy.
A place like New York City, you're probably not going to see a large amount of air medical helicopters because you're a resource-dense area. If you're not a resource-dense area, if you're like Western PA, who has Pittsburgh or Harrisburg or Erie, everything in between is going to need to get to where they need to go quickly, and that's where air medical helicopters come into play.
Inside medical helicopters, crews will have life-saving medicine, blood, ventilators, and incubators to keep patients alive.
We're a critical care team, essentially a flying ICU.
You are saving people's lives in the air.
Yep, that's exactly what we do.
Flight paramedic Alan Slagle, nurse Megalyn Anderson, and pilot Steve Lennick are with STAT Medevac. This crew is ready to go at a moment's notice.
We can usually be off the ground in about 6 minutes from when the tone goes off to when we leave.
We joined them on a trip to Children's Hospital. How fast does this helicopter go?
Ballpark, if you're at max speed, 154 over the ground. But what really saves us time is, we don't stop for traffic lights. So I can bid from Uniontown, for example, to Presby in 17, 18 minutes. Whereas on a bad day in traffic, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
Whether it's a car accident or a heart attack, medical helicopters are giving patients a fighting chance. Getting a patient from injury to ER within an hour significantly increases their chance of survival. That's why STAT Medevac has expanded its fleet to become one of the biggest not-for-profit air medical programs in the country. How many medical helicopters do you have in operation?
We have a total of 23.
Don Goodman is STAT Medevac's vice president.
How do the helicopters know where to land when they're going to, say, the scene of a crash?
We have actually set up hundreds and hundreds of what we call pre-designated landing zones throughout all western Pennsylvania, as far up and even to New York and over into Ohio.
Baseball fields, farms, and highways are all being used as places to touch down, evaluate the patient, and take off.
All right, clear on the right.
Clear on the left.
The rural nature of our region makes helicopters a necessity. Only weather will keep them grounded, but most crews are busy with several flights a day.
We'll probably see about maybe 10 a day.
10 a day will come in.
It depends. That's just us.
Christine Holt has fully recovered and is back to riding horses. She knows firsthand the life-saving work being done high above western Pennsylvania.
You just have such an appreciation. You have such an appreciation for everybody that was involved. And thank God everybody was there to do that.
The cost of being transported by medical helicopter is high. It can be in the thousands of dollars. It is covered by insurance, and patients will pay their copay and deductible. And thanks to the new law passed this year called the No Surprises Act, patients cannot be sent a big surprise bill for any balance. Susan Koeppen